Commenting with Google Plus sucks, but commenting with Reddit is awesome. So head on over to Reddit and leave a comment on this video. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Hey there, you're watching the Jessa channel on YouTube. I'm Jessa, and today I am here with a new Let's Play. This is the battle for Wesnoth. And the most important thing about this game is that it is free. Free, baby! Free. Open source. Available to download for Linux, Mac, PC, and I am sure there are other platforms available. This is something you can play on a tablet. This is something that you can play on your laptop. So I really invite you to go on over, support the people who have put this together. This is really a community effort, and play along with me because it's not a very hard game to learn and it's quite fun. Also in this Let's Play, I have a fun thing to introduce to all of you, and that is I am naming the units that we will be playing in this game after you. Yep. After the viewers of the Jessa channel, and that includes you. And so, I have a list here of people who, in my last channel update, which would have gone up when I'm recording this, it would be, when you see this, it would have been last week. But anyway, there's a time jump for you. But the last Just Jessa channel update, I announced that I was doing this game, and I asked for names from you guys, and I have a long list of people who have asked to be named after a unit, and I will be hopefully doing my best to keep you alive on the battlefield. We're going to see how that goes. But right now, we're going to play a tutorial in order to give you guys... I thought that the tutorial is fairly short. We'll be able to do it in one episode, and it'll give you guys an idea. And if you're playing along with me, it'll be easier to learn the game together, all of us playing together. So, also, one more thing I wanted to bring up is, due to the recent changes in YouTube's copyright and content ID system, unfortunately, I am re-recording these episodes without music. The music that I was going to play is by original compositions by Evil Blue Koala, and the mod, it was a mod, music for Skyrim, a mod, and it was called the Additional Music Project. And Evil Blue Koala gave me permission to use his music, and it's beautiful. I highly recommend adding it to your Skyrim game. 50 tracks available, and unfortunately, and it was perfect music for this type of fantasy game as well too. Have some wonderfully thrilling tracks, but I cannot play that because of the recent content ID. I don't want to take the risk. Even though Evil Blue Koala did compose all of this music, he used a lot of Skyrim themes and did his music as a derivative work, and so I don't want to take any chances with that. So Evil Blue Koala, thank you so much for your music. What I recommend that you all watching this do is go and download that mod. You can download it as MP3s, the mod, as MP3s, so you don't have to put it in your game if you don't want to, but I recommend you do, and play it along. Or, as you're watching these Let's Plays, or I also recommend getting some music from Jeremy Sewell, who did the music for Skyrim, Morrowind, Oblivion, I believe... a few other games, and I don't remember them off the top of my head. I want to say Neverwinter Nights too. But in any case, he did a lot of music, and he's a very accomplished a composer. So if you want some music to get you in the battlefield mood, then I recommend Additional Music Project on Skyrim Nexus, or some tracks. You can get some playlists on YouTube to listen to of Jeremy Sewell. So without any further ado, as I like to say at the beginning of every Let's Play, let's jump right in to the world of Wesnoth. Here we are on the tutorial screen. We're going to choose who we're going to play, and of course I'm going to play a female, being a strong supporter of women in games. Lisar, our little elf friend, is our tutorial person for the day, and this is our unit. These two people, they're elves, are units. And For this tutorial, you are playing Lisar. You are standing in the keep, and your mentor, Delphador, is on the east side of the river. So in order to end your turn, you just press the spacebar or the mouse button. So that little twinkly noise shows an end of a turn, and the rooster noise shows the beginning of a day. Follow my mouse over here to the upper right, and you will see this shows where you are in the day. This is dawn coming up here. The night, the long, cold night has ended. This is a mini view of the entire map. And it's a small map because it's a tutorial. And over here we'll see information on units when we start to click on a unit. For this tutorial, we're going to learn the basics of movement, attacking, healing, and recruiting. Let's left click on Lisar. That's how you select a unit. And you can see over here that her information just popped up. Isn't that neat? And it shows that she's a fighter and that she's human, and you can see a little bit more about it, for example. And this is one of those really cool games in that it starts out, you know, you're like, oh, I kind of get it. It's simple. But as you get down into it, and this is why some games are just so much better than others, that as you get down into it, you get more depth. You can start to get more interest in the statistics of the units. For example, their resistances, or their terrain's defenses, or their weapons, and you can start to really get into it if you really want to involve yourself that deeply. Now that I've left clicked on Lisar, I'm going to move her. It shows all the places in light here that I can move here. This basically shows that she can move 6 hexes or 6 spaces in one turn. So any direction here is 6 hexes. This is basically called a hex map because of the shape of this hexagon shape of the tiles is what these are called. So anyway, let's press the spacebar or mouse over here to end turn. And it says move Lisar to Delphador by clicking on the tile marked here. This is the tile. So I'm going to move her here, and bam, there she goes. And this is another thing I like about this game is the really cute artwork that comes up of the characters. Love that. So let's see here. Lisar says, "Good morning, Delphador. Is it time to attack things?" And in order to advance the conversation, just click anywhere on the screen. Delphador, well, so someone, you know, drew all these characters, and one other thing about the campaign that's really fun you should know is that the campaigns are can be done by fans. I'm sorry, I'm blanking out on a word there. But the campaigns can be created by fans, and the campaign that we're going to be doing, A Tale of Two Brothers, I believe is a fan created campaign. So if you get enough into this game, you can create your own stories. I'm always all for that. Have you found an orc for me to fight? Huh? A troll? Quiet! I will summon an enemy for you. Woo! This Quintain. Now, from what I understand, a Quintain is a dummy, basically, that you can hit to practice sword fighting. They have those in Skyrim. I never knew they were called a Quintain, but there you go. A Quintain? You want me to fight a dummy? Young lady, you have 32 hit points and a sword. I'm fairly sure you'll win. Can you imagine if somebody, like your doctor, said, you've got 106 hit points, so I'm sure you're going to be okay? But it is true. She does have 32 hit points. And so we're going to attack the Quintain. And to attack the Quintain, all we need to do is click on his tile to do so. And if you do, when you do hover over his tile, you'll notice over here on the right that information comes up. And later on, as you start to get into the strategy of the game, who you're going to attack or how you're going to plan out your your strategy and your tactics really does depend on the units on the board. So anyway, let's left click on her and then click on the quintain. You'll notice a little red arrow pops up here. That shows the direction which I'm going to attack from. She can only attack from this direction in this turn, but sometimes you'll have units all ganging up on one heavy unit and attacking them from all different directions. When you go to attack an enemy, a attack screen comes up, and if that person has more than one weapon type, she only has one in this case, then you'll get to choose which weapon you want them to use, and there are pluses and minuses to which weapon you want to go for. While we're in the screen, I'm also going to share with you about the profile of a character. This shows the character's screen, their picture, their, I guess, what I can't even think right now. You guys will have to go easy on an old woman. I'm elderly. Which isn't really true, but I'm going to pretend I am to make up for the fact that I can't remember anything right now. So, here you have their portrait. That's the word I'm looking for. Portrait. And it shows a little bit of their defenses and their modifiers and that kind of stuff. And it becomes something that you want to pay attention to as you get on with the game. You can also do that for a quintain, which, can you believe it? A quintain does not have a profile. Quintains are people too. I'll tell you. So let's go on ahead and attack. One thing, if you guys have played this that I have not really messed with, is this damage calculations screen and the expected battle result and things like that. These numbers go right over my head. So let me know if you know what those mean and how to read that screen. So let's attack. Pow! Ow! Ooh! This quintain fights back, says Lisar. Perhaps we should have started with a doll. Should I retreat? Good idea. And that's because he did a pretty good amount of damage to our little Lisar. And I cannot zoom in, so you're going to have to go to 720p and just kind of check out where my mouse is here. But this little bar over here shows you where Lisar's health is now. Crowns. The tiny metal crown above Delphador means you will lose the game if he is killed. You will also lose the game if your leader, Lisar, is killed. So these two crowns is what the game is referring to, and it means these are essential characters, so we don't want to kill them. We don't want to kill anyone, but we really don't want to kill them. Unfortunately, you have used up your turn attacking the quintain. The quintain now gets to attack. The dummy gets a turn? Yes, it's a magical quintain. Now, this quintain gets 5 chances to hit you for 3 damage each. If it hits every time, you'll drop from 23 to 8 hit points. Brace yourself. In turn, pow! Sock 'em. Ouch, I need to heal. Only 8 hit points left, so he got a lot of hits in on us. There's a village to the other side of the river. Visiting villages is a good idea. And ending your turn in one will heal you. To the village. Let's left click on Lisar and have her run like the little chicken she is to that was mean. To the village. Now there's a unit here. I wanted her to go over the bridge, but there's a unit blocking the bridge for her to get on. So we're just going to have her cross the river. There she goes. She is now in a village. You have captured a village. It now flies your flag and has been added to your total village count. The house icon at the top of the screen, what it's referring to is right here, right there, shows how many villages you currently control. Villages provide the gold needed to recruit units. Each turn, you gain 2 gold plus 1 for every village you own. So it's really important when you first come out. One of the first strategies I do is send out some of my faster and stealthier units to grab these buildings as we go. That allows us to really pack up the gold. By the time, if you're playing well, that means you have enough money to buy more units and advance the game. Let's end our turn. click on the end turn button. I just did. You're about to be healed by 8 hit points, but it's time to summon some help against that Quintain. I'll recruit some elves. A splendid idea. You can recruit 2 units if you return to the keep. You have plenty of gold for that. The reason why I'm laughing is I just heard a voice in my head go, yodelay-hee-hoo, elves. It was funnier in my head, you see. I shouldn't have even bothered. You can recruit 2 units if you return to the keep. So we have plenty of gold up here. You can see we have 105 gold pieces. So let's move Lisar over here. The keep is always, this is castle, and this is keep. And one of the ways that you can tell what a tile is that you're on is to look right up here. So I'm going to mouse over some titles, and right here you'll see what they are. Grassland, forest, let's see, village, castle, keep. So we'll move Lisar to the keep. Whenever you're on a keep, you can recruit into the castle tiles around it by right-clicking and selecting Recruit. This time you will only be given one type of unit to choose, the Elvish Fighter. Let's right-click on a castle tile and select Recruit. You can also use Control-R. One Elvish Fighter coming up. You can also check their stats, which is important when you have a nice long list of units to choose from, and you're trying to decide who's going to do best for what you need to advance along the campaign. Let's right-click on the other tile and click Recruit. And we have 2 fighters. New units cannot act in the turn they appear. You will gain control of them next turn. After this dialogue, you can move the mouse over a unit to see a summary of its abilities on the right of the screen. So we can hover over him, and we see that this is Pad, and this is Hundelindler. So at this point, I'm going to show you what is going to happen. I am going to now rename these units. Now, these are units that are not going to go into regular play, so don't worry. The 2 people or whoever I use in this tutorial, I will also reuse your name when we really get down to the real campaign, because these units are just throwaway units. So I'm going to right-click on the unit, click Rename Unit, and the first unit up shall be Sesame. Hi, Sesame. And one of the things I like is that the units do little kind of movements, which is very cute, as they're waiting for you to do your business with them. So we're going to name this after, and I'm going, by the way, these names I'm going in order of who was at the top of the list and went right on down. There is no preference being displayed here. It's just purely first come, first served. Okay, so this is Derek Sturgill. Hello, Derek. And he is now an Elvish Fighter of great renown. Now, one of the things I want to see if we can do here, and by the way, I also don't know what planning mode is. I'm guessing it just means that nothing you do on the battlefield counts until you turn planning mode off. So, in some of the more complicated battles, you can kind of get a strategy going. I'm hoping that there's some way for us to see tags. I'll look at that later when I'm done recording, so that we can see the names of the units on the screen. That'll help a lot. Anyway, let's click on that end turn button. The Quintain just healed 2 hit points. I'd better attack it at once. If a unit doesn't do anything for a turn, it will slowly heal. But before you send your fighters against the Quintain, you should know they have 2 kinds of attack. I'll tell them to use the one that does the most damage. And which would that be? The sword or the bow? I suppose you'll find out. Left click on an Elvish Fighter. So we can have the fighter, and this is what I mean by having units. I can have them attack from this direction, across the bridge directly. Now, if he's on the bridge, he's going to block any other units from being able to come across the bridge while he's standing there. I'm going to have him come right across and attack from this direction. Here's the attack enemy screen again. Derek, I don't want you to fail me now. I'm going to have you use a bow because I want to avoid this enemy attacking back. And you'll notice that the Quintain has no ranged weapon to attack back with. Go, Derek, go! Your elf used a bow, which is a ranged attack. 3-3. 3-3 next to the attack. Like, for example, over here where my mouse is, Delphador has 14-4 for lightning. That means 3 damage. It does 14 damage, and he has 4 attacks he can make with it. The Quintain has no ranged attack, only a melee attack, so it could not defend itself. So we peppered it with bows. And let's have Sesame come over here. And Sesame, I'm going to have you cross the bridge and attack him from head on, screaming like a banshee as you go straight into his face with your sword. Because I believe you can take it. You've got a good number of hit points. You've got 33 hit points. And he has got, you've got 4 attacks for 5 damage. So let's go ahead. Pow! Get him. 5 damage. 5 damage. And 3 of your attacks hit. That's wonderful. Your elf used a sword, which is a melee attack. The Quintain defended with its melee attack. The ranged attack would have been safer. I know, but Sesame is up for the challenge. Let's end our turn and then attack again. Kill him! Yay! And Sesame, this is awesome. You'll see that you are actually a character, and I love that. The characters show up and they have your name on them if you've renamed the units, which I'm going to rename all of them except for our essential units that are story units. Sesame says, the Quintain is destroyed. Sesame, you're probably laughing right now. This is Sesame's voice. The Quintain is destroyed. I have gained more experience. Yes, you gain experience through battle, especially by killing an opponent. Gain enough experience and you'll become more powerful. Now, Lisar, I leave you with more dummies to practice on. After that, we have real work to do. So Delphador is going to leave us with some dummies, and then he's going to disappear to go to the pub and have a drink, the wussy. These dummies only attack if you're a single tile away. With care, you should be able to kill them one at a time. So the most important thing at this point is, we're going to keep going and kill these dummies, is we're going to make sure, now she just healed up because we ended a turn, and she's sitting in a keep and she's not doing anything. She can automatically heal up. I need to keep her in this keep rather than going over here and trying to worry about these villages and capturing them. But when we're really playing, we're going to really want to pay attention to those villages. Now, if you're following along and you're a little bit stuck, that's cool. Ask me a question below, and I might be able to answer it. I'm no expert. I've only played this for a couple of weeks. I like playing it as I go to sleep at night in the bed with my laptop. And after my husband, who goes to sleep, always goes to sleep before I do. But it's a nice quiet game, and you can put your earphones on, and the cats are cuddled in with you, and you can just play this. And I find it to be very relaxing. And so I've been playing it for a while because, of course, I'm always doing research, which my husband comes in and I'm playing a game. He's like, are you doing research? But basically, I'm always trying to find new games, and I play them ahead of time to make sure that the content is the quality I want it to be on the channel for your enjoyment. Let's go ahead and right-click on these units and recruit a new unit. Let's get another Elvish fighter and another Elvish fighter. The 4 of them should be fine for us. That leaves us with 53 gold. We could get a few more units if we wanted to, but these are fine. Let's rename these. Okay, who's next on the list? Bentley. Hi, Bentley. This is Bentley Ninja. I'm just going to call him Bentley. And this will be rename unit. Oh, did I do that wrong? Did I somehow back something up there? This is Bentley. Oh, I see. This is Bell. That's the actual unit's name, B-E-L. That confused me there. This is Senor Pinguino. I'm going to call you Senor or Signor or Senor. I don't know. Tell me how you try and pronounce your name in writing for me so I know how to say it. This is Senor Pinguino. Hello. And you are going to make me proud. So you cannot move these units in this turn because they just came out. So let's move these units. Let's move these guys down here and try and get them to attack this Quintain in the next turn or two. Luckily, these Quintains cannot move, so they can't come diving after our units. But later on, Real units will be able to do that. Let's end our turn. We've done all we can do this turn. Did that Quintain just move? Did I just say it couldn't move and it proved me wrong and moved? You can right-click on a unit to see a detailed unit description. We know that already. Right-click here, press D, or just click unit description, and it shows you the same thing I've showed you earlier here. Shows you Elvish Fighter and all that kind of stuff, level 1. And the goal is not only to keep you guys alive, but to get you to higher levels. Sesame, come in and do your worst. Sesame, since you have a kind of low hit points, I'm going to have you go for a bow so that you won't get smacked back. You only do 3 damage and it takes longer, but it keeps you alive. Derek, your health is a little low. So, this is going to get a hit on you. God, that'd be horrible if I killed you in the tutorial. Oh, God. Anyway, let's move Bentley over and have Bentley just do a full-on run, scream, and attack. Like, ah, bite it. Let's do a sword attack. Bentley, he's getting a lot of hits off on you. A lot. That Quintain just kicked your butt. What have you got to say for yourself? You have a... Oh, and by the way, let me also show you what the terrain is showing us here. When we click on a unit and go into their unit description, down here we can see their defense. How well they can defend themselves on different terrain types. Certain races do better on certain terrain types. They also do better at night versus the day. And I'll show you about that in a minute. So this shows that elves are very good on castle tiles, forest tiles, mountain tiles, and village tiles. But they're not so good on just flat land or hills. No one is good in deep water or impassable. At least not as far as I've seen. Well, that's not true. I'm sure something that can fly would be fine. But anyway, so you can see here, you know, white is kind of fair to middling, green is excellent, and yellow is kind of a warning. You don't want to get them on that tile trying to defend. They'll take more hits, basically. So these elves, you know, these Quintains can't really move, so we can't really draw the enemy over here. But if I click on Bentley, you can see as I move around that he has a 40% defense here, but over here in the woods where elves really excel, they have a 60% defense. So in order to keep your units alive, it's a good idea to help them by getting them to where they're best defended. They get hit less. Okay, Signor, I can't say that. Signor, you're going to go here. And actually, I think it would be best for us to sort of condense our fire on one unit and get it out of the way at one time. So once again, I'm going to give you a sword hit. There we go. Haha, that's how you hit. You hit all of your hits. That's wonderful. So you can turn over here to Bentley and go, nah. Now, Derek, you're in some trouble. Let's move you back over here to the village and you can heal up at the pub. Now, I think that's it for this turn. And how I can tell that we're done for the turn is that when a unit has moved, their little ball above their heads turns red. So I can see that they have done all the moving that they can do, or in this case, that I want him to do. He could move farther in this turn. He could move over here, but I don't want him to. So I want him to be in the village and heal up. And Lisar, you know, is just sitting here healing up in the keep. For the most part, I don't take my essential people out of the keep until we're pretty assured of victory. Let's end that turn. Don't you... Ooh, 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 ooh. Uh-oh. Our elves are taking a beating. And the game just warned us about that. Protect your troops. Remember to pull back wounded units to villages and recruit more if needed. Take special care of units with the highest experience points so they can gain levels and become more powerful. So, we're going to keep going on this until we have killed these. And that means that I can bring Derek out and have him attack from here because he's healed up. But I'm going to have him attack with a bow. And I'm going to take Sesame back here to this village. And I'm going to take Senor and move him over here. And this Quintain is almost dead. So I'm going to just, almost, I should say, defeat it. So I'm going to use a bow and have Bentley finish him off. Excellent. Bentley, he has one more hit point to go, and I'm pretty sure you'll be able to get it the next time he attacks you. Now, I think that's it. We really don't need any more units, so I'm going to just end my turn. Kill him! Kill him! And excellent! Each village you control will support one unit for free. After that, each unit costs you 1 gold per turn. And I did get into a problem where I had more units than I could afford, so I was losing money each turn. That was not good. And we have some healing up to do here. I'm going to now switch out. All my units are kind of low. But that's alright. I'm stubborn. We'll prevail. I'm going to have you attack. You'll get him in 1 hit. That's not what I meant to do. So if that happens where you do something you didn't mean to do, you can click the undo button sometimes. Not all the time. So, Sesame, you're at 17 hit points. You have enough to be able to take care of this with a bow. Let's do that. And that Quintain is dead. We have 1 more to go. And all of our units are kind of low here. So I'm going to move the lowest unit, the lowest as far as hit points. You have 17, Sesame. You have 11, Derek. And you have 15. So, Derek, you're most in need. You'll go back to the village. And I'm going to take... I think I should retreat. No, actually, I take that back. I'm going to undo that. I'm going to have you retreat outside the village and just heal up slowly over here. You can heal right there. You're fine. When a unit gains enough experience points, the experience bar goes up a level. Elvish fighters have 2 advancement options. You will be able to choose which one you want. However, second level units cost twice as much to support as first level units, because second level units are like, I'm so much more special than the other units, and so I want bottled water and like only the finest cuts of meat around the fire. And so yeah, and so second level units, you know, are kind of divas, however you say. I think it's diva. Okay, so let's take you, Derek. We still don't have a lot of hit points. Can you get to this village in time? No. Well, we'll just have to take 2 turns then. This is what happens when you are a true general. You have to make tough decisions, she says happily. Whenever one of your units is selected, you'll see varying percentages as you move the mouse over the map. This is what I've already told you about. It's about defense. So I'm going to leave that on screen for a minute. You can read it at your leisure. Oh, by the way, there's actually something important down here. These Quintains use a magical attack, which always has a 70% chance of hitting no matter what terrain its target occupies. Okay. So you can see the numbers that they're healing over their heads. Derek is almost to full, so Derek, run wild, just screaming like a banshee and hit him in the face with your sword. Derek's like, that hurt. That was really painful. You know, you could be nicer. We can go to here with Senor, who's doing pretty well, and I'm going to move you to the village so you can heal up. And we have Bentley over here healing up. Let's end our turn. Oh my gosh, don't kill him. Don't kill him. Don't you dare kill him. Oh my god, did you kill my... Did you kill my dude? You better not kill my dude. Oh, phew. Bentley. Wow, that was close. You have 2 hit points. Back to the keep. I mean, back to the village. Oh, wow. Almost did you in. Okay, so this is Senor, do your worst. For safety, because you're a little bit low on hit points, I'm going to have you go with a bow. You might be able to do it. Oh no, you missed one. That's all right. But it looks like, and this is important, the unit who gets the killing blow, as it were, gets more experience. So I want to pick and choose who I'd want. Sometimes it's important to have one unit, perhaps, who has low experience, get a chance to get that killing blow in. Now, this Quintain has 11 hit points. Pretty good chance that Sesame is going to be able to get that killing blow in. So Sesame, you're going to get these experience points. And I'm going to have you use a sword because you're at pretty high health. And voila! Victory is ours! We have survived through the mud and the rain and the dangerous terrain and the ants in our pants. Wait a minute. We have a nearly fallen comrade here in Derek, and all of you have done valiantly. That means that you have 10 experience points here, Bentley. You have 6, Derek. Sesame, you have, woo, see what I mean? 27 hit points, Sesame. A couple more kills like that, and you'll be queen of these ranks here, or general, or whatever you call it. And Senor has 3. Every time I say his name, he's probably going, oh my god, she's butchering my name. And I think that's it. We're going to end this tutorial and this episode right here. Let's intern. And we are going to say, no, I think we've got it. And we have victory! After your victory notice, the map will be grayed out to indicate that the scenario is over, but you will still be able to examine the final positions and state of your troops and any surviving enemies. This is called linger mode. When you're finished in the scenario, to go on to the next scenario in the campaign. So we have finished. Let's end our turn, and it shows us grayed out so we can kind of review the battle with our, with our fellow battle plotters, whoever that would be. Around the tent, as you're in the tent, around the map, as we say, good job, gentlemen and ladies, we did a wonderful job. Now, let's go back to the main menu and quit the tutorial. And there you go. That's the end of episode 1 for the Battle for Wesnoth. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, then leave a thumbs up below for a unit named after you. If you want one named after you, put your name down below. Put your name down below. First come, first serve. Hopefully we won't have a lot, once we fill up, hopefully not too many people will die, so we'll need more names, but you never know. And if you loved what you saw, join the party. The ever-growing party, and subscribe. As you can see, I love this game. I have a great time moving the units around. It's just so much fun. It's like playing little dolls, except with people named after, people that you know who've been commenting for the last year. It's great fun. And I think that's it. So, as always, thank you so much for watching. Get every new Jessa Channel video right in your email inbox. Subscribe, then from your YouTube homepage, click Manage Subscriptions, then check Email with new uploads. And thanks for watching.